Howdy boys, welcome to the video for today. We are live. This video should go up the same day, so we'll be live. But I was just making like a quick little video on, I don't know, just it's really my opinion. But I love the whole like liberating the sections. But I don't know, it's just my opinion. I feel like I get the higher difficulties are primarily for the materials that you are able to get access to, but it really doesn't like feel like what you do necessarily makes a difference. Like I get every tiny bit adds up, but like they have these higher difficulties that really only give you like a minuscule more liberation percentage because it's based on the amount of missions in it. So obviously the Helldiver ones I think have the most, but
a single triumph more. And
I think pretty much after, what is it, hard, they're all 3. Yeah, so challenging is 2, is this one also 2? So yeah, like, and then if you take into account the amount of time it would take you to finish them on like the extreme or like the harder difficulties, in my opinion, I feel like you could do it more effectively at lower difficulties. I mean, I'm really just kind of making this video to say that it's my opinion, but I feel like they should increase the percentage of like at least a noticeable more amount of liberation. Like I get this section is only like barely bigger, so it's like, yeah, you're only liberating such a small section still of the planet, but it really like negates the point of playing the higher difficulties, really, because what? Yeah, so suicide missions the max when you have to play for the, what is it, the super rare samples or whatever. But for the amount of like playing like fucking Helldivers and Suicide Mission and Impossible, for the amount of like Bile Titans and all this shit you have to constantly deal with. I mean, you don't have to, like, I've found that it's honestly better to not, like, no matter what the fuck happens, just keep your ass running. Occasionally call in like an orbital or something to just clear off the large trail of them on you, but it just doesn't really like feel like it really makes a difference, because there's like
freedom of the galaxy
fucking always 300,000 people
Let
on
us
this
join
planet,
the fight.
and we've been losing it from what I've noticed. So it's like the only reason I was even playing the Helldivers is because I wanted to complete a mission on every like level of difficulty. But I feel like with the amount of percentage you get, like you'd be just better off to like run the fucking easy ones or the medium ones, and pretty much just straight, like, because you could finish those so fucking fast, especially once you have like maxed out, like, get all the different orbitals and shit you want. And like if you played the higher difficulties, then those strats will work and then some on the lower difficulties. I don't know, I feel like they need to make it to where it's like a noticeable difference other than the damn samples you get, like, because I mean the samples are good for fucking the, what is it, the stratagems, but at a certain point, like, well, they're the main thing that they're good for, the super rares, are upgrading your ship, I'm pretty sure, right? Because the higher ones require, yeah, the higher ones require like super rare. But other than that, they're like, the next second upgrade doesn't require it, so you can do the lower end difficulties. Like at that point, the only real reason to even do the harder ones is better samples. Like I feel like it should be like the harder difficulties, since they're so much harder, you get more of the planet liberated when doing it. And it only, I mean, like, you do get more percentage, but it's like so minuscule
The galaxy
for
awaits your
the
salvation.
like how much more it's difficult compared to the lower level missions. So it's just kind of annoying, because it's like we've been struggling for the past week to liberate this planet after they've started an invasion
for
of it.
justice to be dispensed.
And I also get like, oh, it's like early into the game's lifespan, but still I feel like this is something that should have been tweaked a bit more or something. Like, I don't know, like I said, it's my opinion, like you guys might feel a different way about it, but I was just saying, I don't know, boys, I feel like we need to rally together and tell them, like, hey, if you're gonna have us on these higher difficulties with all this extra shit, like, you could give us more than the little bit that you already do. Like, I forget what the number is, but it's literally such like a little difference in terms of the percentage liberated when you complete the operation itself. Like that you're honestly better off to just do the lower end ones that have like 1 or 2, because you can fly through those and you can get like more of them done in the same amount of time you could get like the hell dive challenging impossible suicide mission
The galactic war
done in an hour. So it's really just honestly like, and then that kind of in itself defeats the purpose, because if you're playing on lower end difficulties, you know, it's not necessarily a challenge, especially once you have all the stratagems, and if you've played the higher difficulty missions, then I mean, you know, it's not really fun to play the like occasionally it's fun to just fuck around, you know, on the lower ones, but I don't know, it just kind of defeats the purpose for me. Like that's just how I've been feeling lately, because I'd be like grinding out, doing missions, and it really doesn't feel like you make a fucking difference. Like realistically, like I get that it's like everybody's small part adds up to liberate the planet, but even then, like it really doesn't feel like we what is it, like I forget the word I'm looking for. It doesn't feel like we have any actual like control over what we does matters. And I know that's like a big thing, is like they want you to feel like what you do does matter, and like you get that percentage, but it's like you sit here grinding just to lose like a sector, you know. And it's like it's not even like it's a lack of players. Like this section has had almost 300,000 players on it the whole time it's like been under attack. And you go over here, like this has been like at like 50,000. At like the highest I've seen in the last week is 70,000. And I feel like they are having a better chance at liberating the sector than the basically almost 300,000 of us fighting our asses off trying to get this one Angel's Venture fucking on lockdown. And then I'm pretty sure, I don't know, I could have been wrong, but I feel like these two sectors weren't controlled not even like 3 or 4 days ago, and then I got on one day and they were cleared out. I could be completely wrong, but it's like it doesn't really make any sense to me. That's really it for the video, guys. I was just making a video, my opinion, obviously probably might be an unpopular opinion, or I mean, but if you guys, I mean, I've only done a little research into it, but if you guys like know like, oh, it actually does account for more and does make differences and whatever, this, that, and that. But from what I've looked at and what I've read from people saying on like Reddit and stuff, like it's pretty much minuscule to even bother playing the higher difficulties. It's better to run low ones because you can grind through and shoot through a shitload of them and basically get more percentage or equal percentage done in this like in an hour that you could on like, you know, fucking challenging, hard, extreme suicide mission. Like it really, I mean, I don't know, that's just my opinion, you know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and like I said, if you guys know like more like, oh, it really does matter, then let me know, because like I just, from my experience and then also from what I've read, like it really doesn't seem like it actually kind of matters. Like I said, you'd be better off to run lower difficulty missions. But I appreciate y'all watching. I'll see y'all in the next video, and don't forget, boys, we are live today. Live.